singing or moving my body and dancing or whatever it is. You know, I don't dance all the time. Yeah, that's what it means, fixing my attention and affection towards Him.
What do you think it means to worship God?
For me, you know, it's, especially considering what He's given me, you know, it's me returning the gift that He's given me back to Him. You know, that's just kind of, I've always been really musical in it from the time that I was 5. And so, you know, it was a God-given gift, and it's just my way of returning it. You know, it's my expression of love.
I feel like worship is really a response to a relationship. So I think, you know, like when, for instance, I've got kids, so you know, when my kids come into the room and into the house, you know, it does something in me and makes me real kind of happy, and I express that. And so I think that's the same with worshiping God. It's a response to everyday life.
Yeah, that's good.
And just an expression of gratitude, thanks, and even Him like being with us in the rough times as well. It's like, it's not like, I don't mean to be like twee, like you know, we don't just praise for every circumstance sort of thing, but you know, He's with us all the time, and whether it's good or bad. So the times when you know, my response to that is gratitude.
Talk about that a little bit?
Basically the lamest youth conference that's ever happened. It's in Sacramento and you shouldn't come.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically, that sums it up pretty well, I think.
Okay, well, I guess if that's what it is, then maybe we shouldn't come. Is that really
true?
You
shouldn't. You know, it is basically an event that we are doing a total collab effort with other youth pastors and churches in the Sacramento area for Sacramento. So if you're not from Sacramento, you shouldn't come. Sacramento area. But yeah, we're just really wanting to see churches come together, college, youth, young adult ministries, youth ministries, coming and worshiping together, hearing the Word of God together, and really then going out from there and reaching the region of Sacramento and greater Sacramento area. So it's awesome, it's fun. Lots of cool people are going to be there, like you, like me, and other cool people. So you should come, check it out.
Here I have Caitlin Crosby. She started something called the Giving Keys. Caitlin, why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
These key necklaces have different inspiring words on them, like hope, love, faith, dream, believe, this is peace, fight, fearless, let go, etc. And the whole premise is once you get one, you're supposed to wear it for a little bit, and then you're supposed to pass it on to somebody that you feel needs the message on the key more than you. And then you go back to the website and you write the story of why you gave it away. So there's like thousands and thousands of stories of the keys that you pass all around the world. So once you get it, you embrace it, and then you tell the person that you give it to, they have to give it away to somebody else. It's like a pay it forward. The best part is that we employ homeless people to make them all. So people that are trying to transition out of homelessness, we employ them to engrave the keys and do production work in our office in downtown LA.
Today I have Miss Havila, and she runs...
I run More Revolution.
Yeah, and she's partnering with Jesus Culture, and today I have her for a quick interview. So, Havila, what do you see happening in 2015? What's your heart?
With Jesus Culture? You know, I think that God's up to something really big with this generation. I'm excited to see the partnership with More Revolution and Jesus Culture. I think when we start talking about sexuality and holistic sexuality, I think we're going to really set a generation free. And I think when you get them worshiping and they start to figure out who they are, that's half the battle. But then when they actually start to feel free from shame and guilt, that's even better. And so I think we're going to do something really big with the partnership of it all.
What's your heart for Jesus Culture or the Brian Katie Toll for 2015?
Well, we have a huge love for Jesus Culture. We moved here from another city, and we really believe in what God's doing through this movement. Banning Catholic religion, like Chris Paul and they're genuine, authentic people, and they love Jesus, and they're just here to serve. And I mean, a blessing to the church, part of a local church here in the city, and bless the city.
dissolved metal in people's bodies just from them responding to a word of knowledge without any prayer at all. Isn't that amazing? Went to Ohio and a lady had, somehow she had tripped over a vacuum and majorly broke her foot bad, broke her foot really bad, and they put little metal pins in her toes. So her toes all had little metal pins in it. She couldn't bend her toes, they were kind of like stuck. She could bend them a little bit, like move them, but there was no bending them happening. She stood up to a word of knowledge, she felt the same thing, her foot catch on fire, and she reaches down and the pins are gone in her toes and she starts bending her toes again. Not only that, but she had metal put in this side too because she had broke this ankle a long time ago, so she had all this pain and metal in her ankle. She starts bending her ankle, reaches down, can't find the bolts, can't find the metal, just from responding to a word of knowledge. Isn't that amazing?
What does it mean for you to worship God?
Worshiping God is everything. I mean, it's what He created us for. For me, worshiping God is in everything. It's about that perpetual relationship with Him in everything you do. So you could be scrubbing toilets, or you could be filling out an Excel spreadsheet, and it's all just a perpetual giving of yourself to Him, and that's what worship is.
To worship God, I think, means just to act that out, and to live it practically. And so it means putting God first in the decisions that you make, and just living with a clear exhibition of the fact that God is your priority. And so that means in every little thing that you do, every activity, both inwardly as Him being your primary purpose for why you do what you do, and then also outwardly expressing His love through your actions. That represents worship to God, and that's what's most pleasing.
Worshiping God is just your relationship with Him. It's this connection. It's not just singing. It's not preaching from a pulpit. It's not any one specific thing. It's literally the culmination of your relationship with Christ. It's just everything it's the fruit from that relationship, and seeing that come to fruition, and all of those actions and all of his dreams that He's placed in our heart come to pass. It's literally everything is worship.
What's your heart for Jesus culture in 2015?
Oh, wow. I actually feel like God's going to take Jesus culture to the next level. And I feel like it's more about the people that are going to be impacted by it. I feel like God's rallying individual Jesus culture, Jesus people. So it's not like the people that are involved in Jesus culture are Jesus culture. It's going to be a culture of Jesus people. And they're going to rise up and take ownership of that.
What's your heart for 2015, whether it's My City or you at Capitol? Or
Well, my heart is best at just pumping the blood through my body to keep circulation going.
Okay.
Something that I love to talk about and pray about is really just continuing to move towards breaking down walls in the Christian church as a whole. You know, where there's a lot of competition from church to church and youth group to youth group or college ministry to college ministry, where everybody's more interested in what they're doing rather than what God is doing. And so really trying to get people to understand that the kingdom of God is stronger when we're all on the same side, when we realize that we're all to do this together.
If you see God in the midst of what you're going through, what matters is that hell sees God in the midst of
What do you think it means to worship God?
I think what it means to worship God, I mean, obviously we sing songs, but singing songs is an act of worship. But what it means to worship God is to live a life that pleases Him. And what it means is to live a life that honors Him. And so I worship God by how I live, and bringing Him glory. And so it's not how loud I sing or how good I sing or how much I sing or how I lift my little hands or whatever I do. It's just simply living a life that honors Him.
I think that for us, worship is a response to
the infamous Cody Williams of Jesus Culture, the director of development, operations, everything, lights, camera, action. And Cody has a couple of things he has on his heart. Cody, could you tell us, number one, what does it mean to worship God?
What does it mean to worship God?
To you.
To me. Well, I think the first thing is you have to know, why are you worshiping God? And there needs to be an awareness of what God has done in your life. And when you're aware of what God's done in your life, and you're grateful for what God's done in your life, then you really can't help but worship God and all that you're doing. And I think worship is very much a part of what you see here with the music and everything. But I think more than that, worship is something that we do daily. That we don't just do in a service, but we get up in the morning, and the way that we live our lives is worship to God. And the way that we interact with people, the way that we treat people. And I think the most important thing that it can be aware of for me, I'm kind of segueing into my own statement about what I'd like for 2015.
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
For me, in 2015, one of my goals is I want to wake up every morning and I want to say, Lord, what do you want to do for me today? God, put me in front of somebody today that needs your love, that needs a word, that needs some encouragement, that needs something. And it's unbelievable to see what happens when you actually begin to say, God, do something today, because you begin to think that way. You begin to walk around and interact with people at a level that says, I'm aware of who's around me. And so for me, I want to bring people into an encounter because of what I've encountered. So, and I'm just excited to be here with you, Jared.
You've made my day. I've encountered God.
And this is Jared McCachran, my pastor.
Cody was a youth pastor for how many years?
6 years.
6 years.
Still
he has
am.
a heart. Yes,
Still am.
He's still pastoring this generation. We love you, Cody, and we'll see you.